Well, I think it's 12, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our short, full yoga practice. Super excited you could join me today. We're going to start in cat-cow. Start to warm up our spine. So go ahead and put your hands under your shoulders, knees under hips. If you need to, you can pull up your leggings first. Totally fine. So go ahead and you're going to drop the belly, look up, and then exhale, round your spine, press out of those hands. And again, inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. And then exhale, round your spine. Go ahead and come back to a neutral tabletop position. From here, we're just going to step our right foot up between the hands for a low lunge. So you want knee and ankle in line. Go ahead and let your hips drop. I want you to rise up, bringing your arms parallel with your ears or about so. Just create some nice straight lines. Really root down into that front foot. Think about pressing the right hip back to square the hips even further. On your next exhale, I want you to bend at the elbows and create cactus arms or angel wings, whatever you like to call this. Make sure your shoulders are down, and I want you to press back with the elbows. Take a deep inhale here, and then a deep exhale. One more time, deep breath in, deep breath out. And then go ahead and circle the hands back down to a low lunge. And I want you to tuck your back toes, lift your back knees. We're going to do cat-cow lunges here. So on the inhale, you're going to drop the back knee slightly, lift the chest. Exhale, you're going to straighten the front leg and fold forward towards it. Inhale, chest lifts, back knee bends. Exhale, front knee straightens. One more time, let's move to our lunge. Knee drops, chest drops. And then cat lunge, straighten that front leg. Good. Come back to your regular lunge, lifting at the chest. Drop your back knees, untuck your back toes, and then we're going to move back to tabletop. So just bring that foot back. And from here, we're going to do the other side. So again, left foot comes up. We're going to lift our heart. Really root down into the front foot and then lift our arms up, creating some beautiful straight lines. Let your shoulders press back and away. Press down into that front foot. You're pressing back with the left hip. On your next exhale, go ahead and cactus those arms and take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, deep inhale. Deep exhale. Then go ahead, bring the hands back down. We're going to do our cat-cow lunges on the other side. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. So you're going to inhale, drop the back knee, chest lifts up, shoulders pull back. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, cow lunge, drop the back knee, chest is lifting up. Exhale, straighten that front leg. And then inhale, drop the back knee, lift your heart. Last time, exhale, straighten that front leg, feel the stretch. And then go ahead and return to your low lunge. And then come back to tabletop. From tabletop, we're going to tuck our back toes, lift our our knees, and then press back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here and really press into those hands. Press the heels down towards the mat. And then I want you to look up towards your hands and walk the feet forward to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to prayer at your heart center. Go ahead and release your hands down to your side. Right foot is going to step back, and then we're going to turn to face the long side of our mat. You can bring your hands to your hips, and then we're going to fold forward for a wide-legged fold. You can release the hands down to the ground or keep them at your hips, whatever feels good for you. If you have a lot of tension in your neck, you can also bring the palms of your hands together and just let them rest on the back of the head. Take a deep inhale here, and then a deep exhale. Inhale, lift halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. I want you to turn towards your left foot. Come back to a lunge. And then I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Press that foot back, down dog. So look up towards your hands. You're going to walk to your forward fold again. Inhale, lift halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way, reach up. Exhale, hands come to prayer at your heart center. Go ahead and release the hands. I'm going to face the other way now. So we're going to turn to do the other side. So left foot is going to step back, and then we're just going to turn. Hands on your hips at the hip creases. We're going to fold down. Wide-legged fold on the other side. So just relax here. Let your head relax. Inhale, lift halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and walk towards that front foot, your right foot. Come back to your lunge and then press back to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here. Deep exhale. I want you to look up towards your hands. Walk the feet forward. This time, you're going to drop your hips, sit back for chair pose. Arms come up in front of you. You're not going to stay here for very long, so really sink down. Make sure you're pressing into those heels. And then when you're ready, rise all the way up back to mountain pose. Palms are facing the opposite wall. Take a deep breath here. Bring your hands together at your heart center. We're going to do dancer pose. Super fun. So you're going to put all your weight into your right foot. Lift the left foot off the ground. Left hand is going to reach for left foot or ankle. Make sure that you're keeping your hips square and you're not doing any of that hip hiking. We're losing your balance. So right arm is going to reach up. Shoulders are down. When you're ready, you're going to tilt forward and kick back into your left hand with your left foot. So again, watch your left hip. Make sure it's not tilting up towards the ceiling. If it is, just press it back down. Really kick into that foot and feel the stretch in your left quad, the front of that left thigh. And then let's return back to mountain pose. Good job. Let's do the other side. So we're going to bring our hands together at our heart center, root down into the left foot. Right foot comes off the mat, lift it up and back. Find your balance again. Left arm reaches up, and we're kicking into the right hand with the right foot. And again, watch your right hip. If it starts lifting towards the ceiling, bring it back down to the floor. Really helps if you find one thing to focus on. And then come back to center. I have a really hard time doing balancing poses and talking at the same time. All right, so come back to mountain. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands this time. Step one foot back, then the other, so you're in plank, top of a push-up position. If you need to, you can lower your knees and lower down, or just lower down. And then we're gonna press up to upward facing dog. Go ahead and press back, downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here. Good, go ahead, come down onto your knees, tuck your toes. We're gonna sit in a kneeling position. I want you to inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. From here, we're gonna go ahead and come down onto our butts. I'm gonna turn to face you because it's easier for both of us. So we're gonna stretch our IT bands, one of my favorite stretches. Left foot comes in towards your butt, right foot crosses over. We're gonna hug that right knee and turn towards that right leg. Left hand reaches back behind us and we turn to look over that shoulder. Take some long, slow, deep breaths here. And on your next inhale, come back to center. We'll do the other side. So right leg comes in towards the butt. Left leg crosses over. We hug into that left leg. Turn towards it. Turn to look over that shoulder. Take a deep breath in here, and then a deep breath out. And on your next inhale, return to center. You can uncross that foot. Let's do seated star. So bring the feet together. You can press them slightly away. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down, and then try to bring the chest down to meet the feet. Don't worry about getting your nose to your feet, okay? Just think about bringing the chest forward, and you should start to feel a stretch in your hips. With every exhale, see if you can just bring the chest down a little bit more. And go ahead and release. You can sit cross-legged, or you can bring your feet out in front of you, whatever feels good, because we're gonna get into our shoulders for a second here. So I want you to reach your arms out wide, shoulders down, none of that. And then right arm under left, cross at the forearms, cross the palms, press up with the elbows and away with the forearms for eagle arms. Go ahead and release, and then let's do the other side. Feels pretty good. Reach open, and then close with the left arm under. Cross the forearms, palms embrace over the backs of the hands. You're gonna lift the elbows, press away with the forearms. And you should feel a really good stretch in your upper back, your shoulder blades, that area. We're doing a really short practice today, but trying to hit most of the major areas of the body. Take one more deep breath here. And then exhale. Go ahead and release. So we're going to come down onto our backs. Not quite done, but we're almost there. I want to do bridge pose because it's really good for lengthening the hip flexors, activating our glute muscles, our booty. So press your feet into the ground, especially those heels, and you're going to lift the hips, walk the shoulder blades under you. So it's your hips and your upper back that are lifting off the mat. If it feels good, you can bring your hands together and walk those shoulder blades in a little bit more. But really press into those heels, really lift those hips. Just a little bit longer, just lift, lift, lift. We're lengthening and we're strengthening all at the same time. Go ahead and release. Nice work. So leave your feet where they are, knees facing the ceiling. But we're gonna come up and do boat pose. I promise we're not gonna do this for very long. So arms come out straight in front of you. Shins become parallel. You can flex your feet. But lift, lift, lift. Straighten that back. And just hold. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Release. You can roll back down and take a deep breath or a deep exhale in my case. Let's do reclined pigeon. So right foot crosses over left knee. Left foot comes off the ground. Both feet are flexed. Your right knee is pressing away from you. Left knee is pressing in towards the body. Continue to take long, slow, deep breaths. We're getting very close to Shavasana, I promise. Go ahead and release. And then left foot crosses over right knee. Right foot comes off the mat. Grab behind that right hamstring. Make sure both feet are flexed. Right knee is pressing in, left knee is pressing away from the body. And go ahead and release. Got one more pose for you, and that's happy baby. So bring the knees in, elbows are on the insides of the knee. Grab the outsides of the feet, or you can do peace fingers around the big toes, yogi's choice. The farther away from each other you bring the feet, the wider, the more you're gonna feel it in your hips. Make sure that lower back is pressing down and into the mat. If it feels good, depending on the surface and on your body, you can also rock here. Just make sure to do it gently. No runaway cradles today, please. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Go ahead and bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then as you exhale, just let everything release to the floor. It's probably pretty tempting right now to start thinking about what's next. But I encourage you to just give your mind a break. If you have a hard time with that, you can start by just focusing on your breath. And with every exhale, just let your body sink a little bit more into your mat. When you're ready, go ahead and bring some awareness back to your fingers and your toes. You can bring your feet back to the mat, and then you can make your way back to a seated position. Well, thank you for joining me for this very short full practice today. I hope you feel like you got a good stretch and maybe worked a little bit of your entire body. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you ever want to do a live practice, I'm teaching live classes on Saturdays over Zoom. You can ask questions, really connect instead of just this one-way video. So I'd love to have you in class sometime.